So just a warning right off the bat, I'm going to tell a little bit of a backstory before I show the actual crash, but you can always skip to it if you want to. So, with that in mind, here we go. So just the other day I posted a video saying, if you're in Vegas, in the desert, don't do this. Well, I can top that by a lot, and this time I caught it all face forward, straight up on GoPro. 4K footage for everybody's enjoyment. It's easily the worst crash that I've ever recorded on a mountain bike ever with a GoPro. But seeing how this is a video, I got to give you a little context. I've got into e-bikes about 4 years ago, and I went into it pretty deep. You see, I don't have any kids. I don't have a significant other, which is by choice. I stopped dating several years ago because it just ain't worth it.
In Sacramento, he, him. I just want to say, can we please keep the chatter to a minimum? I'm one of the people who's very, very prone to sensory overload. There's a lot of whispering and chatter going on. It's making it very difficult for me to focus. Please, can we just, I know we're all fresh and ready to go, but can we please just keep the chatter to a minimum? It's affecting my ability to focus. Thank you.
Thank you, comrade. Okay, is there a speaker against name, chapter, pronouns?
Point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
That's just a slight example, but it's modern day. I'd prefer to stay single. Back in the old days, we had baggage. Now you've got broken people, so I'd rather just travel the country solo. So I get into things like my truck, overlanding, and mountain bikes. I carry my mountain bike every place I go. I built this mountain bike right here. I started with a Trek Rail 9.8 and built it into a monster. There's videos on both my Trek Rail builds, and I'll link those below. But let's get on with the story, shall we? So I travel a lot, and that's probably pretty obvious. I live out of my vehicle, and again, I bring my mountain bike every place. I use two 1-up Super Duty singles modified to work with my particular truck. The back of my truck swings open, so I needed a way for it to clear the mountain bike rack. So I got two of them, took them apart, put them back together so they would work for me. But these things have held up exceptionally well, and they take an absolute beating. And I'm not just saying the absolute beating from being strapped to the back of the truck. I'm talking about the highway mileage, the elements that it's exposed to, etc. And not only that, but the fact that at 56 years old, I tend to crash a lot. I picked up mountain biking 4 years ago, but I hadn't done so in about 15 years prior. And I take on trails that I probably have little to no business being on, but I still do it anyways because I love it. I used to hike a lot, but my knees bailed on me, so the mountain bike is the next best thing. So why is it that I travel the country all the time, making videos, taking footage, etc.? Well, I have numerous platforms, not just JailBreak, and I go around, I talk to people, I interview people, I check out places, I check out conspiratorial theories, things of that nature, and you might as well make a day of it, you know what I mean? You might as well bring your mountain bike, there's your exercise after driving for 8 hours or whatever. And living out of the truck is not glamorous in any way whatsoever at all. But I still do it. It's just what I enjoy doing. It is what it is. I get footage of some pretty amazing things along the way. And I've been pretty proficient with drones for almost 10 years. I think I've had my drones for about 8 years. I've had them for a long, long time, put it that way. Okay, with that being said, let's talk about crashes. I've got plenty of mountain bike crashes, but none quite as amazing as this one. But first, let's start out with one right when I first built the bike, probably about a week into it, and I did this. So that crash wasn't all that bad. It sucked, but it wasn't all that bad. But here's something maybe you know or maybe you don't know about me. I have a tendency of riding my mountain bike, A, in the dark, 2, when it's raining, pouring, lightning, snowing. I love inclement weather. I ride my mountain bike every single solitary day, 365, no matter what the weather is whatsoever at all. For instance, here in Kentucky, at nighttime, after they had a lightning warning, I did this.
Seriously?
So that was a few months ago in Kentucky on a mountain bike trail I had never been on. I was testing a Magic Shine 8,000 lumen headlamp in a pouring rainstorm, and it failed 2 miles away from the trailhead. Fortunately, I had another smaller light on my helmet, and that's the only way I made it back. But that was an absolute trip. I don't recommend doing it. Or, if you are going to do it, bring a GoPro. Moving on. Because I'm very rarely in any location for more than 2 or 3 days, depending, unless it's out in the woods or in the forest, but at cities, places like here in the Pacific Northwest, I usually don't have time to find a legit mountain bike trail, so I just use everything as a mountain bike trail. I got to get my 20 miles in every night one way or the other. And when I was in Washington State, I went down a trail and ran right into a mother black bear and her cubs, and she was pissed. There's a mama with her cubs. Mama with her cubs right there. Sorry about the resolution, but I was about 300 feet from her, and I really had to stretch the footage out, but she posted up. She was coming, and I turned around and bailed. You could hear the Bosch Gen 4 motor kicking in. Okay, so let's get to the point of the video, the absolute crash right here. Now, this happened on New Year's Eve. The day before New Year's Eve, I was in the same general location, and I went through a methamphetamine manufacturing campsite, we'll call it, totally by accident because I'm riding in the dark. And in the video, I point out, wow, there's a lot of really large, loose dogs. And then they proceed to chase me for 3 miles. They just did not stop. That video is up. But in that video, I made mention of when you're riding a mountain bike out here at night, you got to pay attention that you don't catch your neck on a wire and get hamstrung, which was really ironic thing for me to say because New Year's Eve, well, watch for yourself.
2 dogs chasing me. What's the matter, puppy? What's the matter, puppy? You're a good boy.
So the day after the dogs tried to take me out and I successfully outran them after I simply turned around and confronted them, it's now New Year's Eve. So I'm cruising through the desert and I got a few things to do, so I'm really cranking. And I'm talking to the camera and blah, blah, blah. And if you don't have a mountain bike trail around, if you've got the desert, as long as you pay attention to fences, barbed wire, and ditches, you're pretty much good to go. And dogs and angry people that are protecting their methamphetamine labs, allegedly, you're good to go. And for me, I mean, I'm from Boston, so out here is awesome. You know what I mean? It really is. You can get some good speed going, there's some good jumps, there's some good turns, etc. But the sun's going down, so it's getting very, very gray out. And I'm noticing as the years go by, I'm having a harder time seeing at night. And I didn't have my headlight on as of yet. I'm riding the mountain bike, and a car almost ran me over. She had no headlights on. She looked to be rather drunk or whatever. So I wanted to make a point, if I came to any road crossings, to get across them quickly, because I didn't want any more of these people out here taking an opportunity to run over the city boy on a shiny bike. You know what I'm saying? You're picking up what I'm putting down? You catching what I'm pitching? You follow? You dig? I hear you. So I do come to a road crossing, and like I just said, I tried to get across it rather quickly, and this happened. I'm just going to let you watch it. I'm not going to say a word till after.
Oh, that sucks. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh. 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 That camera better be running. 4-foot fence that I did not see. Oh man. Oh. Fuck. Holy shit. That was the worst crash yet. Holy shit.
Yeah, so that pretty much sucked. I mean, that thing absolutely laced me. The only reason I could smell the rock. That's how close my face came to the ground. I just happened to cover up as though I was gonna get knocked out. And I mean, it's unbelievable I didn't. The only thing I suffered was a serious bruise on my forearms and my thigh. But again, I'm not showing that because I just ain't that kind of gay. You see what I'm saying? At any rate, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see me crash into more inanimate objects in a comical fashion, make sure you subscribe for more. Drop a like and leave a comment below and I will return the favor. At any rate, I am out.